Life and Living is made up of real-life stories from very real people, whose identities and circumstances have been concealed. These testimonies were shared in order to inspire others to seek prompt solutions to their fertility issues.
Choose wellness. Choose health and vitality. Know your numbers.
This is a corporate social responsibility message from Pathcare, Nigeria's foremost pathology laboratory.
Life and Living series presents Oliver Twist.
Oh, thank you all. Thank you all for gracing this occasion of the birth of our first child, Temiloluwa Shake Gloria, a child of Benga. We know that it was almost this time last year that you celebrated with me and my wife Biola, and that was at our wedding, you know.
Yes.
Well, may we continue to celebrate together in Jesus' name.
Congratulations, Biola.
Oh, thank you, Mildred. I didn't know you were back from your honeymoon.
Well, I came back 2 days ago.
Hey, yeah, and you still came for the naming ceremony.
My dear, what are friends for? But now what for you? It remains small. I for think say you carry belle before the wedding.
Trust George now. He doesn't waste time at all.
Me? I want to enjoy my husband small. Before children start coming, I beg.
Hey, now you know. While you're there enjoying your husband, we'll be inviting you next year for the naming ceremony of our second baby.
Biola. No time wasting.
Yes, nah. We want to have all our kids so that we can rest.
Okay, oh. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Temi. Happy birthday to you.
Congratulations.
Temi is such a big girl now, and I'm sure you are very proud of her.
Yes, so, but she really keeps us on our toes, and she's just a year old.
Actually, I'm really surprised at you, that you've not had other children. After all you and George said about having all your children at once.
Well, it's one of those things, I guess. It's even good that I haven't had another child yet. You know, I didn't expect him to be such a handful. At least by the time the next one comes, she'll be a bit older. Probably next year.
Hey! All right. Oh, the ladies from the country club are here, and they brought their children.
Let's go welcome them. Hey, Mildred. Fancy meeting you here.
Biola, wow. Does your child come here?
I am just enrolling her. Today is her first day of school. Are you putting your son in school too?
Yes, they have a creche here. And I think if I bring him in now, it will be easier for me to move him to playgroup. You know how difficult it is to get into the school?
I'm telling you. I'm so proud that Temi made it in. She's such a brilliant child. But wait, is that a baby bump?
And I thought this blouse really covered my tummy very well.
You're pregnant again so soon? What about all that talk about enjoying your husband? I be the enjoyment not too much.
You are not serious. But what about you? Temi is 3. She's about due to have a baby brother or a sister.
Well, we decided there's no rush, at all.
Really? That's surprising coming from you. You and George have really changed.
And you and your husband have really changed too. Now you guys are the real baby boomers.
It was you guys that inspired us now. So hurry up and give Teni a baby brother or a sister.
Yeah, I've heard. Can you just imagine that Mildred? Acting all smug, showing off her baby bump.
You shouldn't let that get to you, Biola.
The only reason she's rushing to have children is to show that she's more fertile than me.
Now you're being ridiculous. Biola, how is your friend supposed to know that we haven't been able to have children since Temi?
George, don't you think there is a problem somewhere? Temi is 3 years old. I should have been pregnant twice over by now.
I think it's just one of those things. Didn't we have Temi without any problems? Maybe your body has a natural child spacing thing working for you.
Well, then it should stop.
Relax, Viola. It's only been 3 years. I'm sure by next year we'll be, buying new baby things.
I guess so. Yes, Temi, what is it?
Mommy, Jessica and Chelsea said they're not playing with me again.
What happened again today? I'll stop you from going to their house to play.
It's not me. They wanted to take my teddy bear and I didn't allow them.
Temi, you are 8 years old now. You should be able to share.
Mommy, why don't I have any brothers or sisters to play with? All the children in the estate have brothers and sisters.
Am I God? You have been asking that question since you were 3. Give it up. I am not the one that creates children.
I'm sorry, Mommy.
I'm sorry, dear. I didn't mean to yell at you. Mommy is just so stressed lately. I'm sorry. You hear?
Yes, Mommy.
Mildred, yeah, I'm so glad you could make it.
I wouldn't have missed this reunion for the world. I'm sorry I had to bring the baby. My mother is watching my other children, and I don't want to bug her with changing of diapers too now.
How many does your mother have with her?
David, Peter, and Samantha are with her.
So this is your 4th child?
Yes, silly. You were there at their naming ceremony now.
You know, with you, it's hard to keep count. It seems you're always pregnant. Abi, is there another one on the way?
I beg you. It don't do. Oh, see Amaka. Amaka, hi.
Mildred, Viola, wow, it's so good to see you girls again. It's been like forever. Oh, what a beautiful baby.
Oh, thank you.
You're so lucky, 2 of you. I would give anything to be able to have a child. My husband and I have been trying for years to no avail.
Oh, you poor thing. God will surely answer you.
Amen.
I too haven't been able to have a child since Temi. And she's now 10, about to, enter second.
Oh, that's nice. I see some other old classmates over there. Please excuse me.
What is Amaka's problem?
How can you ask such a question? Didn't you realize you are just being insensitive?
Insensitive? Me? How?
You already have 1 child, and you were there talking about having more children. It was just as if you were rubbing it in her nose, and you sounded like Oliver Twist.
So if I already have a child, you that keeps parading pregnancy after pregnancy in front of me, have I said anything?
Biola, I can't believe you just said that.
I beg, come down from your high horse, Joe.
Jesus.
Why didn't you have 1 child and stop there? You have 4 children, and you're telling me I already have 1 child. It is you that is a hypocrite here.
Biola, I can't stand here and be insulted.
Then go now. What are you still looking for here, stupid hypocrite?
Me?
So because I have 1 child, I shouldn't have more. Oliver Twist indeed. Oh my God, Sister Anita, welcome to Nigeria. It's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you too, my dear. I can see you've been taking good care of my brother.
Sister Anita, how is the family?
They're doing very well. The boys are in university now, and my girl just finished secondary school. And there's another one on the way.
Are you serious? You're pregnant?
Yeah. Frank and I discussed it, and we decided to go for 1 more.
Oh, well, I'm happy for you. So, a child to play with in your old age.
Hey, who says I'm old? Viola, are you alright? You don't look so good.
I'm just fine, thank you. Don't I look fine to you?
please forgive Biola. She's just prone to mood swings.
It is you that is prone to mood swings.
Oh, okay. Something is obviously not right here.
I'm sorry, sis. I just saw green when you said you were pregnant at your age. Just because you decided you wanted another baby.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Biola. I didn't realize that I was just...
I just don't understand. We had our first child so easily. Why hasn't another one come?
Have you gone to see a doctor?
Many. They said nothing's wrong.
Well, medicine is not a perfect science. Have you tried fertility clinics?
Fertility clinics?
I know this really good one. They are excellent at what they do.
Hold on. What do they do in fertility clinics?
They perform IVF procedures, where they take your egg and fertilize it with your husband's sperm outside the body and then transfer it in you.
George, how come you never mentioned this?
Good morning.
Good morning, Doctor.
Oh, we're really excited about this, Doctor.
Ah, that's the spirit.
Of course, of course.
Oh, so what can we hope to expect from this treatment?
We intend to create the conditions that will greatly increase your chances of conception.
You know, from the little research I did, I discovered that there's a higher chance of multiple births with IVF.
Yes, that is quite true.
Oh my God! Twins, George! Did you hear that? We could have twins.
Yes. Then we would have to do this only once.
I like your attitude. And now I need to educate you on the procedures.
Yes, of course, Doctor. How soon can we start?
We'll start with the preliminary tests and then take it from there.
Biola, what is all this?
What is all what?
You're here sitting in front of the TV. The house is in a mess. Yourself, you're a mess. You're still wearing the same nightgown and wrapper I left you in the house in. Is it because of the failed treatment?
You're calling a miscarriage just.
Biola, don't let that get to you now. Come on. We can always try this again. Remember what the doctor said. Our attitude is very important, please.
George, please leave me alone. I'm not in the mood for another pep talk, please.
Mommy, Daddy, good evening. Is anything wrong?
See the state this house and your mom are in.
Don't worry about it, Daddy. I'll clean up the house and prepare dinner. Let Mommy get some rest, okay?
Resting is all she has been doing. It is time for her to move on with her life. Now, Biola, did you take your injections today?
I can't remember.
You can't remember? The doctor told us that timing is essential for this fertility treatment. You can't be doing the medication as you like now.
Look, what's the point? Is it really going to work? We're just wasting time and money with this second IVF cycle.
Biola, you promised you would see this through.
Fine. I'm going to take my injection.
Biola, wake up.
What?
Have you forgotten today's date?
What is it?
Today is the day we go for the pregnancy test now.
I beg, leave me, Joe. I want to sleep.
Biola, get out of that bed this minute.
Someone cannot even rest in her own house again because of one stupid pregnancy test that is going nowhere. If I was pregnant, I will know, eh?
We are going, and that is that.
All right. I'm coming.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning. Good morning to you. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
I'm sure you can't wait to hear the results of the pregnancy tests.
Yeah, right.
Excuse me?
Yes, we are very excited, Doctor.
Well, I won't keep you in suspense any
Do we
longer.
need to go through this charade again? We all know it's too late.
Actually, you are pregnant.
I'm what?
You're pregnant, Viola. You are finally pregnant.
Oh my God! Oh, George, it's a miracle.
Wow.
Oh my God! Oh God! Thank you, God.
I'm happy you're excited, but you have to make sure you take good care of this pregnancy. Here, we want to ensure a healthy pregnancy and a healthy birth.
Oh, you got it, Doctor. I'll come here every day if I have to.
He's a miracle working God. He's a miracle working God.
Thank you.
He's an Alpha and Omega. He's a miracle working God.
Thank you, everyone. Oh, thank you, everyone, for coming to celebrate the birth of our long-awaited son. Our joy knows no bounds. He's a miracle working God.
He's a miracle working God.
You're dancing, you're not talking.
Hello, Biola.
Mildred, oh, you came. I'm so glad. I'm so sorry about how nasty I acted with you the other time.
I'm also sorry too. I should have been more understanding of your situation.
I can't believe how cocky I was all those years ago. I have learned that children are truly a gift from God.
Yes, they truly are.
You're still listening to Life and Living, and I'm sure you enjoy that interesting drama. I'm Dr. Pamela, and with me as usual on the interview segment of the program is Nigeria's foremost expert on fertility care, Dr. Richard Ajayi of the Bridge Clinic. Welcome, Dr. Ajayi.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oliver Twist. Now that is an interesting title, because a lot of people feel that once you've had one child, you're actually greedy to be asking for another. But that is not the case, is it, Dr. Ajayi?
Well, absolutely not. I think it depends on how many children you decided to have. In her case, she had one child, and we see the reasons. The child wanted siblings to play with. They wanted other children in the house. So it's not unusual to have to want more than one child.
Now, is it common for a person who's had a child to have difficulty conceiving afterwards?
Yes, this is called secondary infertility, and it's actually quite common, particularly here in Nigeria. A lot of people during the childbearing process, there's a condition called puerperal sepsis, where you can get infection because you get repeated examination. So especially if the labor has been long, some people may end up with infection which can damage the fallopian tubes and cause secondary infertility from tubal causes. So it's not unusual. Also, another cause of secondary infertility is actually the male sperm problems, because what we see is that when a woman is younger, she's more fertile and it's easier for her to get pregnant and have one child.
Yes.
But as she gets older, she becomes less fertile, and so the sperm problem now manifests because the woman is not able to have another child. So secondary infertility is not unusual.
Now, Biola seemed to have a lot of issues in actually coming to terms with the fact that she was having difficulty. She was upset with various friends, etc. Is this common, not realizing the problem and actually seeking help for it?
Well, of course. The thing about infertility is that we know that every good and perfect gift is from God, and it's God that gives children. So people wait on God and just wait and wait and wait. But of course, God also has given doctors knowledge, so it's important to seek medical help. But a lot of people leave that as a last resort and just keep waiting. So I think her frustration is also not unusual. It's a feeling that a lot of women have when they've been trying to achieve a pregnancy without luck.
Did they have to do IVF?
Well, she's been waiting for more than 3 years.
Yes, in fact, she's been waiting for almost, 14 years.
Absolutely. So, I think, whatever the reason, if you have not achieved a pregnancy within 3 years, I always say, whatever the reason, after 3 years, IVF is the only thing you should be doing. So I think, yes, it was right for them to do IVF because they obviously had a real problem. That was the reason why they were not achieving a pregnancy, although we're not told in the story.
The program you're listening to is Life and Living, and our fertility expert today is Dr. Richard Ajayi of the Bridge Clinic. When we return, we will be addressing more issues, so don't touch that dial.
Choose wellness. Choose health and vitality. Know your numbers.
This is a corporate social responsibility message from Pathcare, Nigeria's foremost pathology laboratory.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, you are listening to Life and Living, the radio series on fertility care. Dr. Richard Ajayi of the Bridge Clinic has been our guest and will be offering us his professional advice on today's topic. Now, the truth of this testimony revealed that she actually then did IVF, but the cycle failed, and it was actually quite devastating for both her and her whole family, actually. Why does IVF fail?
Well, only God makes life, and getting pregnant cannot be as easy as just doing IVF. And so we have the technology to take the sperm and the egg and generate embryos in the laboratory. We can transfer these embryos into the uterus, but we need God to give that embryo life. And so the average couple may need about 2 or 3, sometimes 4 cycles before you can get a conception. Some people are lucky and they get pregnant the first time. But the real issue is the complexity of human reproduction. So it doesn't always work the first time, and you may need more than 1 cycle to achieve a pregnancy.
Now, it was very worrying because when she did that, she became extremely depressed. And it looked as if she didn't want to bother, even though her husband was actually pushing for her to continue with the treatment. Is this common as well?
No, it is. I mean, IVF really builds you up. The moment you decide that I'm going to do IVF, then you believe it's going to work. Because, you have to inject yourself every day for up to 4 weeks. And every day that you inject yourself, the motivation to do that is that this process is going to work. So by the end of it, you believe it's going to work. You do your pregnancy test. And when you now get a negative pregnancy test, your whole world comes crumbling down. The devastation is really palpable. And we sit in front of patients trying to explain to them why it hasn't worked, and there's really no reason. It just didn't work. And this is where you need faith, and that's also something that we have to encourage our patients, that you just need to have the faith to persevere.
Now, her husband was talking about taking the injections regularly at the right times. Now, if she didn't do that properly, could that have an effect on the cycle?
Well, it can affect the production of the eggs, and if you don't get adequate number of eggs, that can affect the quality of your embryos and your chances of getting pregnant. So of course it's important that all patients take their injections at the right time and take the injections properly.
Unfortunately, she was successful on the second go. So, Dr. Ajayi, how many children can you have by IVF? Does doing IVF mean you have to restrict yourself to having just 1 child?
No, of course not. We have a family at the Bridge Clinic that have had 5 children from 5 different treatment cycles. So yes, you can have as many children as you want, but you have to know, of course, IVF doesn't always work, and you may need more than 1 cycle. So, there's a lot of emotional and financial investment required, but in theory, you can have as many children as you want.
So you can actually have as complete a family as you want.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure having you on this program again, Dr. Ajayi. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
If you'd like to get in touch with the doctor, you can send an email to doctor, which is DOCTOR, @thebridgeclinic.com, or text Fertility Lagos to 20050. Thank you, and stay tuned at the same time on the same station next week.
Choose wellness. Choose health and vitality. Know your numbers.
This is a corporate social responsibility message from Pathcare, Nigeria's foremost pathology laboratory.
Life and Living series is produced by Verdant Zeal for Doctors on Air.